These roads are under local government. We went there a year ago to the very same spot, and in 12 hours we had to move the people who lived there because their houses were collapsing. And we were told then that the local government will fix the road because they had the money for it, they said, $1 million. And they'll fix the road and stabilize it so that it would not continue to collapse. 1 year later we went there because of the MP for the area, Clifton Dikoto, and the road that we left a year ago is 100% worse than it was then. And not only that, but other houses, other homes are now being threatened with collapse. We left there and we went from there to 2 other roads, but one particular road, Maruga, in Maruga Main Road, we saw a home. I asked you to go to Maruga Main Road. After you pass the primary school, you will see a home that for the past 14 months has been collapsing because of a landslide as you call it. Half of the home has already been gone. The lady in the home, she died from grief, and her daughter is there, Wendy Lee. And nothing has been done after 14 months. And I told them that we shall bring relief for them, like I did before. I said in 30 days. And I mean it, in 30 days. And we went also to another site. I don't remember the name of the road, but very close by. What is the name of the road? And we saw, of course, where they were doing some work, again, under local government. It is the worst kind of work you could see being done, because they were trying to prevent or stabilize a landslip by putting extra dirt and extra gravel on top of it. No retaining wall of any kind, nothing. And I tell you, if we had not stopped them today, in less than a month from now, that very road they repair would have also collapsed. And the list goes on and on. Having left Maruga Tableland, we then went to Naparima, to a place called Ramkisoon Trace. And in Ramkisoon Trace, if even you walk by day, you shall not be safe in terms of your legs or your feet or your ankles. It is another example of the worst road possible. Ramkisoon Trace. And we left Ramkisoon Trace and went to Congo Hill Road. And believe me, don't let the name fool you. Congo Hill Road could only be relevant in the Congo. Again, an example of poor road, poor drainage, and all this time people are suffering. One of the guys said that he's 30 years old and he has not had a bath in a shower for 30 years. Ask yourself if we have to live under those conditions, and why. And therefore, as you go from place to place and you hear people cry and you hear people concerns, you have, as it were, a sense of guilt to know that in all the oil that this region possessed and gave to this country, the wealth we gave, that there are areas in the south that are so bad. So that's why we're late, and that's why I'm here today. But one thing I realized this morning is the fact, in fact this morning very early, I saw the new schedule of the various ministries. My schedule has been reduced considerably. No big thing, that's all right. But one of the things I saw on the schedule was that roads and bridges come under the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. And I will tell you this, when I went through the entire schedule, I didn't see roads and bridges under anybody else. And therefore I tell you today, to get around this foolishness of this is not my road, it's your road. This is not government road, it's local government. This is not local government, this is agriculture. This is not agriculture, it is housing. I tell you today that I intended, since all the roads and bridges come under the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, that we shall have to establish a roads authority that brings all the roads in this country and all the bridges under one authority. Who vex, vex? Who vex, vex? At the end of the day, all the foolishness will end. And therefore the foolishness that even in terms of this particular road where we are on now, and you didn't know whether it was called Vistabella Road or Pointe-à-Pied Road, and your worship, the mayor, had of course to check your records to see what's being called and so on. That foolishness must stop. And we must be able to tell people and give people some assurances that what we say we shall do, we shall do. Because mark my words, no other ministry, no other department has the expertise or the machinery or the experience to fix roads like the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. None. None. Don't let them fool you. Whether it's agriculture, local government, whatever it is, they don't have it. And therefore they're just spinning top in mud. When they tell you they're fixing it because they can't. With the best will in the world. And that is why I want to repeat, we're here today. We are here today after some 12 months. 12 months we have come, we were here, and we said that we shall fix this road. It took us 12 months to fix a road for $4.3 million. And you know why? The main reason is because the property owners didn't want to give permission for us to enter their property to fix the road. They said no. And we had to go to court, and we had to get, of course, compulsory acquisition. And the compulsory acquisition, where you, of course, acquired the property by force, the compulsory acquisition ended last week, and we're here this week. So that's the reason for the delay. And as you heard from the engineer and your MP and your mayor, it will take 4 months to complete at $4.3 million. And I promise you, it will not take more money, it will not take more time. Of that you have my assurance. And Madam Member of Parliament, I want to tell this audience that I have an investment in you. I have an investment in you making this constituency a safe seat. It was I who joined you to work on the train line when many others refused. It was I who joined you to work in Embakadere when many others refused. It was I, Madam, who in Embakadere faced insults and water and spit and so on, working with you. And therefore I have an investment, Madam, to make this a safe seat for you. And that I pledge to do. And it is therefore in that context, Madam MP, that I tell you that Aruba Link Road that you asked for, ask CPS. That should have been part of today's program as well. But Madam, I give you the assurance, it will start, and I don't care what anybody say, it will start by now and next Friday. That's why they don't like me. But who don't like me, lump me, right? The fact is that is costing $61 million. We have built an access road behind the Technical Institute that you will, of course, now use while that road is being repaired. That will be another one of the great engineering designs that you will see. You will recall that this has been so for about 50 years. And what we're going to do is lift the entire road, go 60 feet deep, and put, of course, a whole new surface, as it were, at a cost of $61 million. While all this is being done, and all the roads that your MP has called shall be fixed, and I shall pick up your offer of walking through San Fernando West and seeing the infrastructural work that you need here, I shall do all of that. But while all this was being said, I was reminded by His Worship the Mayor that I had to spend some time fixing some roads in San Fernando East. And when I bust one long strips, she reminded me that that is the constituency I came from. And Your Worship, therefore, I give you the assurance that now that I'm aware of that, attention shall also be paid to San Fernando East. I must confess, I did not have a single road done for them as yet. But that will change. That will change.